From the birth of civilization through the ages into the end of the 20th century, power has existed pyramidically from the top down. As we approach the middle of the 21st century, the nature of power is being challenged. Due to the emergence of the internet and renewable energies, for the first time we're seeing top to bottom hierarchies shift towards a lateral one, fundamentally restructuring human relationships. Vertical economies of scale were the defining feature of the 19th and 20th century industrial age. The railroad was the centralized business enterprise that would come to dominate the decades to come, and required tens of thousands of workers to construct. This was a top-down operation, and the first industry that required a large number of salaried managers and middle managers. Following its construction were many new mass wholesalers and retailers patterned after the railroad's organizational structure. Commerce and progress was directed almost entirely by those at the top of the pyramid. The 19th century was driven by coal, the steam engine and railroad, and the printing press. The 20th century by oil, cars, and the radio, telephone, and TV. The nature of these industries is highly centralized with huge barriers to entry, and has little room for small and mid-sized companies to flourish. The 21st century will be dominated by the internet, renewable energy, and electric vehicles, and will shift towards decentralization. Renewable energy is fundamentally different from its fossil fuel counterparts, in that it's distributed somewhat uniformly across the Earth's surface. They are increasingly lowering barriers to entry, and we're now living in an age where many people can afford to produce their own energy and even sell unused energy back to the grid. The decrease in reliance on large centralized industry for our energy and communication needs has begun to shift our economy from command and control towards a distributed model. We've already witnessed the democratization of information with the adoption of the internet, and over the next few decades we'll watch the same thing happen to energy. The new economy will favour small to mid-sized companies. Large organisations will still exist, but their role's going to change. Rather than govern and dictate entire industries, they'll begin to transition towards coordination and management of networks, moving commerce and trade across the value chain. To transition from an emerging infrastructure to one that's fully operational, we need to complete the following. Transition from carbon-based fossil fuels to renewable energy. Transform buildings and dwellings into mini power plants able to collect energy on site. Install storage technology in every building to ensure reliable energy supply. Use the internet to build an intelligent utility network capable of sending and receiving energy. And transition the global transportation fleet to electric fuel cell vehicles. The only way to stimulate the economy is to transform it. The old science is committed to making nature productive, the new science to making nature sustainable. The old science seeks power over nature, the new science seeks partnership with nature. An intimate relationship with the biosphere is not a utopian fantasy, rather an ancient sensibility that has been built into our biology but has sadly been lost over eons of human history. Transitioning into a more decentralized renewable economy is not only a good idea, but a necessary one. Crude oil has already peaked, so even if we wanted to stay in the old world, there'd soon be nothing to hold on to anyway.